at that. Not too happy. Bring it down to... Yeah, why not? I think that's fine. Okay. So... Now, usually, what we end up doing is we're over at Moloch Island and we're trying to get some Moloch pearls. I am like getting so sick of that. I need a break. I need to do something other than continuously cutting fish that I'm getting from aerial fishing. It's driving me a little bit insane. Right? Like context, like we have about 570 odd pearls. And I've actually spent 470 of those pearls just so that I can purchase all the rods. And the idea actually was we're first going to purchase the fish sack, then we're going to purchase all the rods. But I'm going to be taking a break from aerial fishing. So behind the scenes, every day when I go to work, I have this hour and a bit train ride that I have to go through in order to go to work. It's great because I'm actually getting a lot of sort of RuneScape stuff done during that time. I get like an hour of playing RuneScape in the morning and in the afternoon every single day. Usually I'm only doing it in the morning. I spend the afternoon watching videos and just relaxing a little bit. Okay. So it's week 7? Yeah, week 7 of the school term. Okay. So that's 7 weeks, 5 days a week. 5 hours per week. 5 times 7 is 35. Apparently the aerial fishing grind is 60 hours long. And I've spent 35 of those hours on the train. And I think I've spent an additional like 6 hours basically on stream doing aerial fishing. So I'm basically up to like 41 hours of aerial fishing alone. And I've done that straight. I think for the moment, I'm actually really happy with that 41 hours. I'm really happy that I have every single rod, and I even have an additional pearl rod that is specifically an oily pearl rod. Not really because I need it, and I need a different rod, a different pearl rod that's, that I'm gonna clean from, so I don't have to clean the rod for oil and then get some more oil and put it back on the rod if I want to like get sacred eels or something. But more just so, I can have it and get it as a kind of like collector's inventory kind of thing. So we have about 100 pearls left in the bank. We have 900 more to go. That's going to be probably minimum another 30 hours. If I'm getting lucky with my tenches, which I'm not. Ever since 10,000, fish bits that I've chopped up, I haven't gotten a single tench again, and I'm at over 30,000 fish bits. And mind you, like 1 in every 4 of those fish bits gets given to the bird. So realistically, I'm at 40,000. So I sort of should have gotten another 2 golden tenches, but I've gone dry. I just haven't. So I'm getting sick of it. We'll get the fish sack another day, another time. We're gonna focus on actually progressing the account in some relatively meaningful ways. My first priority Demand is immediately slamming through the comment. Yeah, no, I don't want to see it. So the goal, right, is we're gonna get 70 agility first. And the reason we're gonna get 70 agility first, one, I only have 58 laps left, and then I have 70 agility. So I was on 65 agility 2 days ago, and I've just been sort of doing, you know, a little bit of agility work on the train and in my spare time. I'm gonna get 70 agility. Why? Because the shortcut in the Falador dungeon to get to the blue dragons, that's 70 agility. So I'll no longer need to bring summer pies with me each and every time in order to access that shortcut, which means I have a lot of access to just basically safe spotting the dragons, getting the bones, getting a lot of, you know, just sort of mindless combat XP, passive combat XP, getting quite a bit of gold. If you do it for long enough, you get quite a bit of gold. Especially since the new update with the twin giants, which is really cool. Those bones have jumped up to about 3 grand. I could have sworn that those bones were 2 grand a couple months ago. So it's good money, it's good experience. I can safe spot everything if I'm doing range. If I'm doing melee, I just need to make sure that I'm bringing a little bit of food and my anti-dragonfire shield. So that's basically good income. I did not say yes to seeing your artwork. So I will not be doing that. Word to the wise, you know, don't just like barge into, you know, some random person's chat and just immediately steamroll them by being like, hey, I have art. Let me show you the art. Like, that's not a good way. It turns people off. Turns me off, at least. People don't want to see it. It's like when kids walk into my classroom. Hey, sir, can I talk to you for a second? No, I'm in the middle of a lesson. What are you doing? Go away. It's exactly like my year 10 kids who barge into my room sometimes. All right, so we have 70 agility. That's going to be in about, in 1 hour? Is it really going to take me an hour to get 70 agility? Whatever. If it does, it does. The next step is we're going to unlock fairy rings. Yes, I still have not unlocked fairy rings. This account, I've been playing this account for 20 days. I've had the first quest done, Fairy Tale Part 1 done. I need to do Part 2 to unlock the fairy rings, and I don't even need to complete Part 2. I just need to do Part 2 for a little. Right? I need to like spend 10 minutes doing it. Fairy rings will be good. It'll just make traveling a lot easier. I'm starting to move around the map, like a lot. And the fairy rings are just a nice, good form of transportation. Because my house is only level 52, I don't have access to all the teleports that I would really want in order to get around. So fairy rings is just going to be very, very good for when I want to do things like perhaps boosting my fishing to 91, and then also boosting my hunter to 80, whatever it is, 89 or something. So then I can get the absolute max rate for these pearls. How am I going to boost my hunting? By doing the hunting rumors in Varlamore, which again is something that I haven't unlocked. I haven't actually really cared about Varlamore at all on this account. Or any account really, actually. Another good part about Varlamore is there's very, very good, aside from the Hunter XP, there's really, really good prayer training. So I believe you get these sacred wines and you get bones and then you like offer it up and you can just get a mass amount of prayer experience all at the same time. And that would be good. I would like to get my prayer up because as soon as I basically get base 70 combat and I get, I really do want my prayer to probably be around 90. Just because I'm not very good at PVMing. And so I need a lot of that leeway in the early stuff. I want to go for Barrows and I want to get some of the Barrows armor. Because that's just going to assist me for a lot of other different combat areas of the game. So that's the plan. Plan tonight, 70 agility, finish off Fairy Tale so I can get the fairy rings, unlock Varlamore. And if I do those three things, then I'm pretty happy. Now, the real question is, do I want to waste a little bit of time and open up YouTube and start looking at the news for Australia? I've kind of ruined it. Usually, like on a RuneScape screen, I get the news up and I try and watch it fresh. But I've already sort of watched the news with my wife today. And my son, actually, my son was getting interested. A little 6-month-old boy. He was like, "There's people on the TV." It's very cute. One of the interesting things, though, is our coalition leader for the Liberals, Peter Dutton. He comes out with the position today that if someone has dual citizenship with Australia and they commit a serious crime, definition pending, that we're going to deport them, that we're going to revoke their citizenship and deport them. And it's like, I understand. Yeah, I think it's a sensible position. I support the position. Like, you know, if there's someone who's come over to Australia, got a citizenship, and then like murdered someone, I think it's an okay punishment to say, citizen revoked, go back to your country of origin. That seems fine to me. But, question, how many people with dual citizenship, like, does something serious, like murder someone in Australia every year? How many people are there in Australia like that? Is it 100,000? Is it 10,000? Is it 1,000? Is it what I think the number would actually be? 5? You know, like, he truly is just trying to, like, he's trying to kind of build that same atmosphere that sort of Trump has around him. Where he has this cult of personality where it's like he just says things and the words become law. But Peter Dutton doesn't have that because he's been a politician for the last like 20, 30 years, right? He already has a history. The reason why Trump is effective is because he's basically an unknown. In at least the political realm, he's an unknown. So you don't know if the thing that he says is true or if it's just a threat. Or if he is gonna follow through with it. I mean, like, case in point is the Houthi pirates in the channel, right? He said multiple times to like other countries, "Oh, I'm gonna rain hellfire on you." I think like he even did it to ISIS, like back in 2016, 2017. And what ended up happening was they bombed an airbase once everyone left, and they gave everyone like 3 days warning that they were going to bomb the airbase. So that's what the standard was before. But apparently this week his standard was, okay, no, I actually am. And he sends the full on military force over at these pirates in tuk-tuks. So I mean that's the thing. That's the Trump effect. You don't know if his words are real or not, right? And so you have to either call his bluff, which if you do it incorrectly, bombings happen. But if you do it correctly, then you kind of put him in a bind. Like Canada. Canada has sort of, potentially they've made the correct call. Canada has called the tariff bluff, where Canada was like, hey, yo, I did commit $14 billion to securing the northern border. So good. Hey, we got the robots. I'm glad we have all the robots today. Robots are great for the stream. It's actually kind of funny. They count as unique chatters, which is kind of good for my metrics. So Canada's potentially call the right buff. They go to America. Hey, America. I, President Trudeau, very unpopular prime minister, I mean, I've given you money to secure the border, and then you spit in my face, and you just put tariffs on me anyway. Not only am I going to put tariffs on you, I'm basically not allowing you to export some of your goods to my country. That's just what we're going to do. You're going to lose our business as someone that you export to. Okay. And this is actually really good for a number of reasons. Number one, Trudeau being as unpopular as he is, he effectively has nothing to lose, and he's going to leave politics in the next election. Thanks for the follow. What's up? Oh yeah, I'm doing well. How are you tonight? So yeah, he's leaving politics. He's deeply unpopular, which actually means he can make unpopular moves and it not affect him and not affect his party. Right? So he could do things like say, all right, hey, listen, we're not gonna get any American whiskey, and we're not gonna store it on our shelves. And the people won't actually be angry at Trudeau, they're gonna be angry at Trump. And even if they're angry at Trudeau, it's not gonna affect him because he's gone anyway. And the party's gonna exile him, and the party's gonna gain a popularity boost from exiling him. And so Trump's kind of in like, a bit of a bind, right? Because he does actually need that economic activity. Stream's going fine. I think there's only 1 or 2 people here, but that's all right. Trying to get 70 agility. That way we don't have to use summer pies anymore for some of the shortcuts. So Trudeau just like stays the course. He's going to damage the economy of America. And he might actually regain some popularity, despite his popularity basically being in the dumpster. And it may force Trump to sort of reverse the tariffs on Canada. And if it reverses the tariffs on Canada, then all other countries in the globe know how to deal with the tariff issue at the moment, because everyone's currently debating, do we do another tariff on Trump at the way that he's doing it to us? The problem is like, in terms of weathering the storm, America can weather the storm way better than basically all the other countries. So they could probably keep their economy afloat much longer than, for example, Australia. Australia's in a real big bind. He's tariffing our steel, and he's tariffing our sort of mineral exports. That makes up over 50% of our budget for the year. If that keeps up, we are kind of screwed. We rely so heavily on our mineral exports and our steel exports and our aluminium exports. We rely so heavily on it. So if that becomes more expensive for us to do, everyone else that we sell to is not actually going to pay us more, right? In order to make up for that. They're actually going to try and pay us less because we're even more pigeonholed into who we're selling to. So in Australia, at least, they're debating at the moment. Do we do a reciprocal tariff? Do we ban American goods for a while? Do we try and give the big T something? Do we try and give him a better deal on steel, right? Do we try and guarantee this for him so that he removes this from us? We're unsure of what to do. So Canada's kind of allowed to just, say, all right, we're not taking exports anymore from America and do that because Trudeau's in such a bad position politically, it does not hurt him nor the party for him to do so. But if Australia was to do it, Labor will lose the next election if they were to do it. Because we already have ridiculous cost of living. Due to the duopoly of Coles and Woolworths, who the ACCC is basically, coming out with their findings that what they would do is they would rise prices, discount the price back to the regular price it was before they raised the price, and call it a discount, and call it a saving, and slowly increase prices this way and gouge customers this way. So things have just been inflating beyond belief, because we only have a very small competition when it comes to our groceries and it comes to our goods. Australia's already sort of bleeding dry in terms of their retail market because of the amount of online and overseas shopping that we do. So our economy actually just, we can't sustain this. And we couldn't sustain an option that says we're not going to import from America anymore. So anyway, it's interesting. Anyway, that was the news that me and my wife were looking at and we're discussing. We find it very interesting. I'm not too sure how Australia is going to sort of weather that storm. And things might get rough here, depending on just how long those tariffs are placed on us, or if we can't secure a deal with Europe, maybe in regards to our exports. There was some other interesting things that I kind of saw. I saw that the banks were they were basically slashing their interest rates on their home loans, and basically the interest rates have gone from 7% down to 5%. It's pretty decent. If you already have a mortgage and you need to refinance, now is a pretty good time. because I kind of doubt they're going to get lower. We had like, after the interest rate cut, we had like 1 week of house prices are falling across the country, immediately followed by a week of, you know, there has never been more sales in the retail, in the home market. House prices are soaring in these areas. That, you know, there seems to be a lot of foreign investors again. People getting edged out. First home buyers are like left in the dust. So yeah, like we only had like 1 week of, hey, house prices are like lowering by 0.35% to immediately like there is a jump in 5% in prices. Something I saw in Varlamore is there's agility training over there in Varlamore, and you can get like a Varlamore aesthetic to your agility gear. What's this actually called? Graceful. Your graceful gear. Which kind of looks cool. And you get an acorn. It turns the squirrel pet that you get from agility into a bony squirrel. Which is kind of nice. As you can see, I've done 275 laps at the moment. Each lap around here as well is about 1,000. Yeah, you can see raining XP 35,000. I got 36 laps left to go. And each lap is about about 40 seconds. A reset is, about 30 seconds. So for about 1,000 XP per minute, I think it's pretty good. And realistically, I think isn't 99 in a skill something like 9 million XP? So really, if you did an hour a day, 60k per day, 120 per 2 days, times that by 10, then we're sort of left with 1.2 mil every 10 days, which means it would take us from 0 to 100 if we were to do this course every single day. It takes about 90 days to actually get 99 agility, just working through this. Obviously, you can get it quicker by going to some of the other courses. Going to the Wieldy course, going to the Halo Sepulchre, any of that kind of stuff. Or just getting a clicker and going to the agility arena. Which I heard that at the agility arena, people would go over one particular track, and they would just get that small amount of agility experience over and over and over again, just going over that trap over and over. And so they remove the experience from that trap, but all the other traps that are the same trap in the agility arena still give experience. So they just went to the other trap, and they started just using their auto clickers there. So I found that kind of funny. I think the sailing alpha is this week as well, which I personally don't know how to feel about the sailing alpha, about like sailing being a skill in general at all. Like I think there is an argument for it keeps the game fresh, right? It gives something new in the game, a new dimension to the game, to explore and to, let the people make as efficient as possible. But I think that there's a bigger argument to not doing that through skills, but by doing that through PVM content and PvP content. Like, I think Dead Man mode, even though I hate PvP and I'll never really do PvP, I think Dead Man mode is very, very good for the game. And the new duo boss, the twin giants, the fire and ice giant, that's great. That's a great addition to the game. It's a great boss. It gives a pretty cool niche staff. It gives teleports to some kind of awkward areas of the games, being the giant bosses, the hill giant boss and the moss giant boss. And if they add like another sort of giant boss, well, they'll probably add it to the teleport list there. It gives you another thing to do with your bones. Just throwing the bones in the necklace as charges. Like, I think that if you want to keep the game fresh, you do it with content like that. I don't think you do it with skills. And I think the poor gameplay loop of sailing, it needs to kind of be really, really good if it's going to actually succeed as a skill. And I'm scared that what they're going to do is they're just going to try and make the skill succeed by making the skill give a lot of resources. So they might pull a Zulrah, where it just becomes this money snake, right? Where, you do your smuggling activity while sailing, and, you get a piece of the cargo, and the cargo is just like, these particular logs, these particular herbs, these particular seeds, these like whatever. And if that happens, then sailing is just going to inflate the prices in the market of RuneScape even more. And that's not going to be good. I think sailing really, really needs to be one of those skills that sort of adds to other skills. Not in the way that like fishing and cooking are linked, because everything that you can fish, you can cook. And so you naturally sort of develop those two skills together. I don't mean linking sailing with another skill, but using sailing as a skill to give new opportunities for the other skills, right? So, for example, sailing, exploring, going to different islands. Perhaps there is an island, random encounter, random island that you might be able to, cut magic logs on, and on these magic on this magic island, the logs come quicker, and yada yada yada, stuff like that. Cool. While you're out on your fishing boat, traveling between the different continents in RuneScape, you can stop at a fishing spot and fish for sharks on your boat. Cool. Right? Like that, you're walking around the ocean and you're fishing. And then you get a small cutscene. Pirates storm your ship, and you fight them. And it gives you some gold bars for crafting, and some gold bars and some jewelry that you can then use into crafting, right? So that's what I mean. I think sailing needs to be a skill that allows you to do other skills in different ways, with new opportunities. That would be my preference, at least. If it becomes a method of generating items or income, then I don't think that's going to be good for the game. If I want to, make a whole bunch of gold, I go to thieving, right? If I want to make a whole bunch of items to sell in the GE, I go to crafting. If I want to, if I want to sort of go around looking for drops, I do combat. I don't know. That's my position. These graceful marks are 10k each, which is pretty good. I nearly have a mill in graceful marks. It's pretty nice. Which I think you use them in one of the herblore potions, which is another thing that we need to do. But that's another reason like Varlamore is going to be a nice unlock for us, because of the mixology activity. And so we can kind of just boost our herblore to 60 by like bank standing. And then after we're done bank standing for 60 herb, 60 herblore. What we can then do is do the mixology activity. And then we can basically get max rates at level 80. And I really like the chug item. You put 5 pots in the barrel, you chug all of them at the same time. I think that's really cool. It's kind of useless because I mean the higher tier potions kind of just give you all the buffs simultaneously anyway. But I thought, I think it's a cool item. Chugging a whole bunch of potions. And I bet there's some niche uses for it. The goggles are what really matter, because the goggles give you a chance of, instead of creating 3 doses, you create 4 doses. So we only got 27 more laps left. Technically that should take us another 27 minutes. So maybe it is time for us to start looking at a video of some kind. I don't think I want to watch that video. Pathfinder content. We could watch some Atrioc. How about we watch some Atrioc? So what we'll do is we'll come over here. We'll turn the sound off. There we go. And we'll have a watch of Atrioc while we do the last of our agility laps. Let's have a look. So, talking with chat, soup tier list, back to yaps, some brief economic history, best tweets. That's what we want to watch.
Fine show where we look at the best tweets of the past month to see, the best zeets, the best X's, the best posts on Elon Musk's dying platform to see if there's still some juice worth the squeeze.
He's such an Elon Musk hater. Like, I do agree with him. Man does need to not tweet 40 billion times a day and just like go back to working on things. At the same time, I feel like H-Rock hates him with such a passion.
Like, for example, this one. They really raised shield prices from 50 to 150. What is this fucking economy, man? Fortnite kids in shambles. 28,000 likes. What does this mean?
What does this mean?
I thought shields were not. Oh, they. I see. I see. Fuck my Chungus life. A tragedy. A fucking tragedy. Or about this one? Drake tried to take down a drone flying outside his penthouse in Sydney. What?
Wait. He has a drone? He has a penthouse in Sydney? What? Where would that be in Sydney? That doesn't look like the cityscape that I know. Oh wait, can I see it? No, I can't really see it. Dude, he did not throw that shoe effectively at all at the drone. All right, let's have a look. Is that the Anzac Bridge? No, it's not.
Drake, well, they're saying this is scripted. This is scripted and that was your throw?
Well, that's how you know it's scripted. You know it's scripted because of that throw. Look at it.
That's the throw?
Oh, it's the egg. Oh, it's the egg building at Darling Harbour. Okay, that's kind of why I can see nothing. So that's Anzac Bridge over there. And this building, I remember the panels of this building and what the top of the building looks like. So he lives in the, not the Star. The Star's the other casino that's like over here. He lives he lives in the building that has one of the casinos. Yeah, 100%. I know where this building is.
It was zesty. All right. Well, for some reason, I'm getting the urge to gamble on steak. I don't know about the rest of you, but I feel like punting my life savings.
Well, I mean, that's because he lives in a building that has a casino down on the middle levels. That's why you have this urge. All right, subliminal.
Savings on crypto gambling. I don't know how the rest of you.
What's he looking at?
Whatever the purpose of that video was, I just feel like gambling on steak. This crazy priest is my new favorite TikTok account. Blind water.
I hope that this isn't a Catholic, please. That's all I can say. Like, I'm all for engaging the youth in the faith. But if this is how they're going to do it,
taste test.
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
I'm Father Mark, and this is a blind water taste test. Evian. Holy water.
What? How does he know what holy water tastes like? How does he know? Listen, I've always had the urge to drink the holy water. But I've never actually wanted to go through it. That's wild. He's a Catholic priest. This is now confirmed because these are Catholic garbs.
Holy guys. Of course we embrace the intersection of the Catholic Church and technology.
How do you like to baptize?
Well, when I baptize, I...
No way! Oh god. There's a question every so often. It comes up in my friend group where we have to make a choice, and the choice is between techno future church or Stone Age church. So basically, do you want a church that like has technology everywhere to the level of like, as the priest is like holding up the bread, like holographic Jesus comes down from the roof of the church and like beams into the bread, right? Techno church. I'm usually pro techno church. My friends are usually just like, no, I want to sit on a boulder in a dark cave with a candle. That's what I want. I think I can see the appeal now.
I don't just dip.
You don't dip?
Well, we all dip.
But when I dip, I also scoop. Oh. Get ready with me to read Last Rites. Jeannie Garoppolo just called me, and apparently her father's a total gone. Coffee time. So before God deletes his soul forever, I'm...
What? Who is this man's bishop? Someone contact his bishop. They need to get this guy under control.
I'm gonna upload him to Catholic Cloud.
Go to Jack.
What?
Eucharist.
Oh yeah, that's legit. That actually happened to a treacherous friend of mine. This is the day in the life of a virtual reality priest. Meet my father, Mark Avatar. Now that the Catholic...
This can't be real. Listen, I have... Well, actually, no, you know what? Okay. There is a priest that I know. I went to World Youth Day with him. Who has basically started a podcast where he just chats footy with footy players. And then like a little bit of spiritual discussion. But mostly it's like talking about like who's better, the Cronulla Sharks or the Parramatta Eels. Which one? So maybe it is possible. Maybe this guy is actually. There's another priest that I know, who does TikTok, social media kind of things, and like does a lot of like sort of funny joke content on there too. But I feel like this guy's going like a level above that.
Catholic Church has created a cloud-based
kind of
virtual
fire.
realm. I'm able to do digital confessions.
Forgive me, Father, for I've sinned. I don't really fuck with my wife anymore, and something...
What? All right, either this is a very, very smart like engagement of the modern culture by this priest, or this is like near occasion of sin. It's kind of bad. I don't know. Even I have some pretty, zesty taste when it comes to, joking in the church. But I feel like this is just a level beyond.
tells me I'm gonna be unfaithful tonight.
This is a tough one. Bad news, folks. I'm dead. Kinda. Basically, I electrocuted my neurons and San Juniperoed myself into Catholic Cloud.
How about that?
Fortunately, I have many virtual parishioners to keep me company. My virtual parishioners have turned on. I'm surviving, but I need your help. Please purchase Father Mark coin, and I can use it to buy my way back into...
What?
I've got confession to make. I think being stuck in digital purgatory in order to inflate the price of Father
Well,
Mark coin.
that's
You won.
forgivable.
I've been deplatformed and defrocked by the Catholic Church. And what?
What?
And today, I'm doing the First Reform Challenge.
Okay, all right, okay. The man is committing to the bit. I'll give him that credit. All right, We're allowed one crazy priest.
That's pretty cinema. That was pretty cinema. I was going to pause here and say a little story, but that was such a journey.
That was such a journey.
This coin, folks. I was going to say this. Wait, restart. So I actually did this test in real life with Ari because she told me she can taste the difference between Dasani and Aquafina and all these fucking waters. And I'm like, no, you can't. They're the same. And she's like, yes, I can. So I did this test. I made this test. And here's the fucked up thing is I cheated on it. So I wrote the names of what the water was on the bottom, but then I switched one of them. And then she drank it and she was like, this one's Dasani. And I'm like, nope, check the bottom. It's Aquafina. And she looked at me and she's like, no, it has to be Dasani. And she was fucking right. That's crazy. I couldn't even fool her with the fucking cheat. That's crazy. My mind was blown.
Ari just has, she has the strength, the force of will. She knows what's right, and it doesn't matter what data's in front of her. She knows it in her heart.
Actually blown. I told her afterwards. I was so impressed. I thought for sure she would switch her stance upon the being proven wrong or whatever. She did it. I was crazy. So anyway, buy her a crypto coin. Gaslighting women is crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, so true. So true, true.
That's my opinion. How are we going to enrich the taste of this beautiful baked potato? The illustrious stick of butter.
What is this man's suit?
Okay, if you didn't like that one, it was the fault of my team. But if you did like that one, it was the one I submitted to them. This is the one that I submitted. Because this cracked me up. I saw this on my own. He's so butter-coated. And it does really fucking make a potato sing. All right, next up. The CEO of Boeing, my daily reminder, just make it exist first. You can make it good later.
Yeah. Just get a rough outline for a plane, and you can just make planes good later, That definitely explains the picture of the emergency door off the plane as it's flying around.
So true. Tesla, too. A lot of companies. Don't worry about whether or not it's good or useful. Just get it out there.
Just get it out there.
McDonald's. AAA games.
Okay. All right. It's the one example. AAA games are the one example you can go to that shows that the rule works.
Just make it. Just put the slop out and then everyone will buy it and you can figure it out later. It's so obvious where the market is going next. Dude.
What? What do you mean it's obvious? I don't even know what any of these charts are measuring. Like I'm assuming this is like the rise and fall of random stocks. This must be like trade activity across continents. Yeah, I don't know.
This is so fun. This guy's here. The 25-year-old technical analyzer.
I love this picture. I love the Kuma picture. I just like there's something like spirit. Has the Kuma picture got different teeth now? That looks too real.
Dude, I 100% think technical analysis is such a fucking joke. It's just people drawing lines that they think match. It's like it's astrology. It's fucking astrology.
It's astrology.
It's like the reason this stock.
Hey, but listen, all right, Atrioc. Okay. Sometimes, you know, I read my horoscope for the week. And as it turns out, you know, good fortune did come my way. So explain that. You know? How come sometimes that my horoscope and real life lines up correctly? Explain it to me. You can't with your natural sciences.
Is dropping is probably because the profits are going down. It's not because of a fucking pattern, a fucking soaring moon pattern that is.
No. The economy is just a pattern, all right? Like, it's not dictated by the movements of, you know, millions of people interacting in various and often random ways. No. In fact, it's all very predictable, as you can see by the chart.
It's horrendous, dude. I've never understood what people see in it. It feels like a big joke to me, but maybe I'm missing something. I gotta blow my nose real quick.
Oh, man.
Does that mean you don't believe day trading is possible? I've said that so many fucking times. Day trading not only is not possible, it's like guaranteed money losing. There are no profitable retail day traders in the long term. None.
Wait, BRB. I'm going to get more Mountain Dew. Did me and Atrioc leave at the same time? This is great. We're twinsies.
Oh, I told him to include cute animal stuff as breaks in the middle. This is our first. Cats, but they keep getting yappier.
I don't like cats. I'm sorry. I don't like cats. I don't think cats are cute. I don't like cat content. I think cats are pretty evil. I'm definitely a dog person. I mean, if you guys want a cat and you guys want to be, you know, complicit in allowing these creatures to exist, you know, all fine by me. I'll see you from the gates of heaven.
With my 21-year-old roommates. Today is low-key giving pay rent vibes.
There's no way this is real.
Fucking true. Fucking true. It's giving electric bill, dude. It's those dishes are low-key bussing.
Actually, today, one of my kids comes up to me and they're trying to argue for more maths, and they go, "Hey, Huz, you know, any chance you can get me an extra 5 marks on my maths test?" And I immediately ignore their question and go straight to what's Huz? And they go, "Don't worry about it." And I go, no, I'm interested. I want to know. But you know, how do you say it? How do you spell it? You know. And then eventually I learned Huz is basically like saying that person looks fit. It means you're attractive, or you're trying to like get inroads with someone. It's like an evolution of boo or pookie. But the evolution does make sense to me because the word is hus. And immediately in my mind, I'm thinking, like, hus must have come from hussy, right? And I'm like, did these kids just call me a sexual deviant? But no, it's even worse. They're announcing their affection to me with that word. So that's even worse. Anyway, I thought that was funny. That was I do like working in schools. You get to learn terminology basically as it enters the culture. And I always ask these questions. I always ask questions like, okay, like what exactly does this word mean? And 90% of the time, they have no idea. They just know the context to use it in. Like, and sometimes they use words that like they don't know the meaning of, and they believe actually means something innocuous. It's like spinner is one of the words that has popped up with kids these days. And the way that they use spinner is like a synonym for retard, basically. As like, you know, your head's spinning, your head's not on straight, as that kind of way. In the reality, it's a pornography term for a petite woman, and they don't know this. Yeah, it's just they're just saying these bad words. They're saying these bad things.
Yeah, pay your fucking rent. Wait, that reminds me of a different tweet. That reminds me of a different tweet. Before we even move on, that reminds me of a different tweet of.
Wait, let me check something. Yeah, kudos to the one person that's hanging out with me, listening to me ramble.
Was it from the Reddit? It was a tweet saying how, oh yeah, this one. A skit which depicts 100% accurate, true to life day of Big A and Ari, me and my wife. Just while we're roasting Gen Z, you might as well talk about millennials. This is a day in me and my wife's life.
All right.
Life of a millennial. I wake up at 7 a.m. ready to do errands. At 8 a.m., I arrive at Target. I do literally all my shopping here. Ugh, adulting can be so hard sometimes.
It
At 10
can!
a.m., Dana makes breakfast.
Listen, adulting is hard, all right? Sometimes I actually have to go to work and not play RuneScape. Do you know how hard that is? That's so difficult.
Waffle, eggs, and bacon. A quirky person.
Yes, dude. Fucking yes. First of all, adulting can be hard. We all agree. And bacon is fucking awesome. It's epic.
Why do all millennials have the exact same thoughts? Like, number one, I said, number one, adulting is hard. And number two, immediately I'm thinking as soon as it's like, and bacon, I'm like, yeah, I'm excited for bacon. Waffles are great. My favorite restaurant is Pancakes on the Rocks. All right? It's a great family restaurant that is affordable and reasonably priced.
Bacon!
Personality trait of mine is I love bacon more than anything.
Dude,
At
me
11
too.
a.m., I did a thing and asked Dana to marry me. She's no
No way. I never understood the I did a thing. I have friends who sort of say that and do that all the time. But I feel like that was like done, like that phrase specifically. It was in some TV show and I can't pin down what TV show, but it's in like a TV show that's like shared in my generation. And then suddenly everyone started saying it.
No longer my girlfriend. Now she's my wifey. After that, we celebrate by buying a house. Just kidding. We'll never be able to afford one of those. And once
So
we get
true.
to the park, we avoid people at all costs.
Yeah.
We only go for the doggos and puppers.
You gotta
After that,
go
we
for
take
the
our daily BuzzFeed test. 35 things, only 9.
There's nothing wrong with any of this. This is like the best way to live your fucking life. What's wrong with fucking doggos? What's wrong with puppers? What's wrong with a nice BuzzFeed quiz?
Okay, you know what's wrong with it? What's wrong with it is if you didn't do those things, you'd be able to afford a house, H-Rock, obviously. Obviously.
Is
90s kids can remember. After that, we watched The Office. Maybe you heard of it.
Yes!
It's the best show ever.
I unironically don't like The Office. I think it's a bad show. I don't think it's funny. I don't understand the infatuation with the Pam relationship. Crucify me if you must, but The Office is not a good show. You know what is a good show? And this will get me double crucified. Parks and Recreation. Which is effectively the exact same thing. Just slightly different characters. Parks and Rec was great. Final season doesn't exist though, in my opinion.
Made. At 5 p.m. it's dinner time, so we go to get burgers. Metal chairs, truffle fries, burgers for only
I'm gonna. Hey, man. Ari.
It's gonna go get Ari.
I just got a question for you. What did we eat today? You don't have to say the restaurant. What food did we have today?
Like, can I go crazy?
Yeah, you can explain it. What we had.
Okay, well, we went to one of my favorite burger spots.
Oh my
Right.
god.
And then we had these fries that are cooked in fat, so they're very tasty. Wait, am I toking again?
Yeah,
Going too hard or what?
no. I just watched a video and it's making fun of millennials and it just talks about what they do every day. And it was like, we just got burgers and truffle fries.
Oh, no, it's not that crazy. Look, I did get a Greek burger, which is basically a gyro in burger form,
It's basically a hero in burger form.
but I prefer the regular burger. So I'm not that bougie.
Yeah, all right.
And I had a pistachio milkshake.
Yeah, it was fucking delicious.
So good.
I'm more of a pizza person. I do like a good burger, but I'm one of those weirdos that deconstructs the burger. Like if there's anything other than meat, cheese, and bacon, it's going to be scraped off and onto the plate. I think I'm eating correctly. My wife says otherwise.
Listen, I'm defending our lifestyle to
Like, I'm
these
thinking
people.
about it right now.
That's it, babe. I just wanted to fucking.
Wait, they're laughing at us.
They are.
Calling us millennial for some reason.
But we are millennials.
That's what I'm saying.
No, he's like, oh, look at that woman over there. She's such a woman. Like, yeah, I'm a woman.
Yeah, deal with it.
You know? Like, that's what I am. Okay, that's it for real?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
I
it.
just wanted to get confirmation.
There's no other motive.
There's no other motive.
All right, okay.
All right, bye, babe.
Wow. A-Shock pushing his wife away
That's
out of camera view.
That's good. I know Ari messing with the Benjamin. Ari has literally never smoked weed in her entire life. It is insane that anytime me or Ari's on screen, one of you's like, oh God, they're fucking high as hell. They're fucking high. These fucking chiefers are chiefing again. Off that zop.
No. All those interactions, you don't understand unless you actually have a wife. That there is something that just relaxes you as a person when you're with your wife, all right? For me, I think it's the knowledge that as long as I do exactly what she says, no one's going to yell at me. and I get to play my games in the evening. As long as I do exactly what is being said. It's great.
I've smoked weed, but my reason my eyes are red now is not because of weed, because I don't fucking sleep. All right? And Ari's never. Ari's fucking straight edge, bro.
Classic Latina Catholic. Straight edge.
She doesn't drink? No, she drinks. Straight edge from drugs. She does drink, of course.
Hey, listen. Listen. She's a straight edge Catholic. Drinking is mandatory if you're going to be a Catholic. You need at least to have like 3 glasses of wine a day. And it has to be red wine, and then you can have white wine.
Where was I? Oh, we're watching this video. Yeah, okay. Well, Fent never hurt. All right, so the burgers.
Truffle fries, burgers for only $25. This place is epic.
It's like, I'm not kidding. It's like exactly what we had for lunch today.
All right, move on. You're a millennial.
Night. Nothing like
I get it.
Calc sesh and some Skrillex to kickstart my Saturday night. What? Calc is short for calculator, for those who don't know. Thanks, man. I was actually...
I thought they were talking about calculus.
Going Balatra on this thing. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit, that was cool. Just discovered a new kind of guy. Repeal the Third Amendment, give our troops shelter. Don't just bring them home, let them live in your home.
What? What's the Third Amendment?
Holy based. Holy based. That's... I didn't know such a guy existed, but they're influencing my whole political belief system. That's awesome. Elon Musk killing himself on 420 would make him the most epic meme ever. No way he does it, though. He'll never be one of the greats.
Are you trying to meme Elon Musk into unaliving himself? How dare you?
Imagine if he did it at 696. 327K likes. Holy fuck. You ever had 330,000 people on your platform?
All right, one more lap.
If you killed yourself.
One more lap, and we're unlocking fairy rings.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's tough. That's wild. Anyway, Connor rates pants. I love referencing super niche clips and people taking me seriously. What's the super niche clip? What's this clip?
Do you live in the Big Bang
Theory or Pangria?
What the fuck is
Pangria.
Like, that sounds like some World of Warcraft thing.
Pangea? Is that what he's trying to say?
Wait, I don't know why they're editing it. The first clip is so funny. The original clip is so funny. Yeah, the Plato and Aristotle overlay to
70 agility!
Like the whole world
was an island that got split into
continents.
the whole
World or our planet. Our planet. The world is the planet.
Well, one theory doesn't affect the other.
They're both part of the same thing. I know.
What I'm saying is, you know, like there's consonants.
There's consonants. There's consonants.
They got broken apart, yes. They got broken apart, so that's what it is.
Say which one you believe in.
No, I think the
Big Bang.
makes all the plants and shit.
Plants and shit.
And the plant is in a certain state or shape, or not shape, but has certain content. It's made a certain way. And
then meteor happens. and it splits up.
Right? And then we have continents. That's kind of how it happens. So they're both the same theory. Right? Right?
Sure, okay.
What does that affect the other? It's like saying, I have
Buttered bread. Buttered bread.
You believe in butter.
Buttered bread.
Well, yeah, bread is
Butter.
They can have both the same
The great minds of our time. I don't know. Okay, some things. Streamers have a hard job. They have so much going through their mind, you know, that they just don't think clearly. I hope XQC doesn't think that we split into continents because a meteor hit us. Like, I don't know. It's just wild. Isn't it? Whatever happened to, you know, just saying, hey, you know what? I don't really know. And, nor do I actually want to know. I don't care. Like, you know, you could say that, and I'd have more respect for you. Lumberyard teleport. Now, where's my staff? Where's my Draymond staff? So I'm gonna need it. Oh, these are my rods. Pearl fishing rod, pearl fly fishing rod, the barbarian rod, and the oil pearl fishing rod. So I have those. And then if we go to our fishing, yeah, about 30k, about 110 Moloch pearls. And we got that at Temperos, which is really cool. We'll grab that. We'll grab a couple of these. I think I'll just go over here and search for it. There it is. What's this? Ah, Festival Nutcracker Staff. Okay, cool. Draven Staff. Let's Fairy Tale Part 2. So, let's start. Let's unlock fairy rings. This should not take us too long. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to pickpocket. I want to talk to him. No one reads. Quest dialogue. Wait 5... What do you mean, wait 5 minutes? What am I meant to do for 5 minutes? I mean... I guess let's drop some willows, I guess. I don't know. No, wait, nah, don't worry about that. I had to wait 5 minutes? Who said? Oh, door's open. Didn't even notice. Let's actually have a look at our achievement diaries. So I've only done the Ardone diary. I did the Varric diary, which is pretty good. The Lumbridge Draenor diary. Slay a cave bug beneath the Lumbridge swamp. Okay. Then craft some water runes. Jesus. I live in an apartment. I'm not even by the road. And I hear just someone just ripping it through the streets. It's crazy. Chop and burn some oak logs in lump. How have I not done this? Learn your age from Hans in Lumbridge. Kill a zombie in the Draenor sewers. Catch some anchovies in Alcarid. How have I not done this? Bake some... How have I not done some of these? Oh, well. So you know what? Okay, let's go enter the ham hideout. Let's do some of these. Let's do some of these diary things. Hey, thanks for the follow. Oops. A big fan, huh? A big fan. How come I've never seen you before? You truly are a big fan. So the ham hideout is over here. Yeah, there it is. Let's pick the lock. There it is. Ah, there we go. Done. I mean, might as well while we're here. Oh, whoops. Some buttons. Raw anchovies. There you go. Oh, we got the gloves. Come on. Come on. Go for this person. Nice, another clue scroll. Come on. There we go, some ruined stuff. What's that? Ham logo. Wait, what? Where am I? I'll just pick the lock, I guess. Nice. All right, let's go back to Draenor. We got some ham clothing. Why are handcuffs and the ham logo so much more valuable than the chest piece? I mean, that's really what I wanted. The clue scroll is it's quite nice, actually. Because eventually I'm going to... this, I actually want to move over to here. I'll move all that stuff there. Now, the easy scroll, yeah, it's there. So I'm just going to place it right there. Yeah. Oh, so I did already have a spot for it. Okay, cool. All right, let's talk to this guy again. All right. '70 agility. You gotta like it. We gotta get rid of it as a goal. We don't have a goal for that anymore. We're doing pretty well. I think that's a goal for 70. There we go. Oh, it's over there. It is kind of interesting that there's like large areas of the game where like no one no one does anything and no one will do anything. Hey, how's it going? What are we looking at? Nothing. Just trying to what's this? Take. Just trying to do some progress stuff on the account. We've got 70 agility now, which is nice for some of the shortcuts. Now we're just gonna do right click and study the certificate. We're gonna do some of the Fairy Tale Part 2 quests so we can get fairy rings, because I still haven't unlocked that after all this time. If you look at my schedule, it's basically cut between RuneScape and League of Legends. Those are the two that we're playing. Friday's variety day. I get to just sort of play whatever I want. Yes, I can get this. See, I can do this shortcut now. What? What? How did I get hurt there? I have played Dead by Daylight. I found it a bit too repetitive for my liking, at least. I feel like it has the same issue that Evolve had. And I loved Evolved. Evolve was so good. Where if the four people work together well enough, it's kind of impossible for the one big bad guy to lose. It was the same in Evolve. It's the same in Dead by Daylight. Which kind of just makes it a game where the monster is trying their best to travel to air. Okay, cool. Trying their best to disrupt the enemy team rather than actually sort of seek out their own objective. That's cool. All right, use the fairy rings. Okay, well, wait, there must be fairy rings in there somewhere. Yeah, there is. How long have I been streaming? About 3 weeks now. I think this is week 3. AIR. That's kind of cool. DLR. I mean, it would always be nice to hit affiliate. Ultimately, though, I mean, like realistically, yeah, it's just for fun. It's just something I do while playing games. Anyway. Did I do that right? DJ Q. Oh, fair choice. I hardly moved to. Okay, whatever. And then AJS. UK. Oh, look, penguins. Oh, this is cute. What do penguins drop? I'm from Sydney. I'm from Sydney. Let's go back to Zenaris. Wait, I've gone everywhere, have I not? Like to join? Nah, I'm all good. Thanks. What did AJ's? D J Q. I imagine it must be this, right? Oh. DLR? I can almost guess what you're gonna suggest, but sure. Suggest something. Oh, this is Zolra. Yeah, this is Zolra. Oh, okay. I've gone everywhere, have I not? Yeah, I've gone everywhere. Okay, well. Let's test. Like, can I actively, like, use the fairy codes now? So I'll school RuneScape. Guambon fairy ring. Okay. So the fairy ring is DKP. So let's have a look. Bigger. D. K. Oh, wait. P. Yes! And now I can fish Kawambron. Okay, that's awesome. So that's it then, I think. As long as I have the Draymond staff, then I'm good for all my teleporting needs now, which is fantastic. The only other thing I really want to unlock is Varlamore now. But I have been going for an hour and a half. I think I should probably give it a rest. What I will do though is I'm going to, I don't know why it's not here already, but I need to put these staffs in my teleport tab. There we go. And we'll just put that there. Okay, cool. All right, I now have access to a whole bunch of fairy rings. So that's good. That means I can sort of AFK Kwambon. Yeah, I can AFK Kwambon fishing. And that's like that's a long, dense activity. So I just kind of need to find fairy rings that are close by to maybe some of the teleports I have. So if I like, for example, I get a Falador fairy ring anywhere. No, but we can go through that we can go through this wall though, which is very good. What about Camelot? Camelot teleport? I think we pop out over here somewhere. No? I thought there's one near the Church of the Monastery, right? Dungeon, Ardone. Over here. Fairy ring. DJP. Okay. So yeah, now as long as I have the, like, let's just say I want to go fishing. You know, I put all my gear on. I get my fish barrel. I need a Draymond staff for the teleport. I need my Kromblon vessel. And I need as many of these as possible. Use it on there. Cool. And then, actually, I wouldn't want the agility cloak. What I'd actually want would be this cloak. I go monastery teleport. And I run over here. Ah, there's no bank nearby. Damn it. So I'd want I want a home bank tab. Although wait a minute. Isn't there a bank up here? Yes, there is. Okay, so I don't really need a I won't really need a you know, a teleport sort of quicker to the bank. There's one here in Ardougne. And then if I go last destination, cool. And then I can just AFK fish. Alright, let's just finish this up. Sure, I'll do the exam. All right, this is good. All right, I think we're done then. I'm gonna finish the stream.